Transforming the ordinary into extraordinary, the power of everyday ministry. Welcome, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here today to share some truly life-changing insights I recently gained from an extraordinary individual, Prudence Williams Campbell. Prudence isn't just a visionary thinker, she's a living embodiment of the transformative power of everyday ministry. Her wisdom and actions have sparked a quiet revolution, inspiring countless individuals to see the sacred in the ordinary and to make a profound impact through seemingly small acts of kindness and service. Now, let me ask you a question that might just shake up your entire worldview. What if I told you that the simple act of holding a door open for someone could be as powerful as any sermon preached from a pulpit? What if the smile you offer to a stressed out cashier could set off a chain reaction of kindness that transforms an entire community? I know. It sounds a bit far-fetched, doesn't it? But stick with me here, because by the end of this talk, I promise you'll be looking at your daily interactions in a whole new light. You see, Prudence shared with me a revolutionary idea that has the potential to reshape how we view our daily lives and interactions. It's an idea so simple yet so profound that it just might change everything. Are you ready for it? Here it is. Ministry isn't confined to church walls or reserved for religious leaders. It's a living, breathing part of our everyday existence. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, wait a minute, I'm not a minister. I don't have any special training. How can I possibly make a difference? Well, my friends, that's exactly the mindset we're here to challenge today. Imagine for a moment a world where every interaction, no matter how small, is infused with the spirit of service and kindness. A world where the checkout line at the grocery store becomes an opportunity for compassion, where rush hour traffic transforms into a chance to practice patience, and where our workplaces become arenas for uplifting and supporting one another. Sounds like a pipe dream, right? But here's the kicker. This isn't just some utopian fantasy. It's a reality that Prudence believes we can create one small act at a time. And today, I want to share with you 3 key insights from our conversation that can help us all become ministers in our daily lives. First up, let's talk about this mind-bending idea that ministry is everywhere. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ministry, that's for Sundays and people in robes, right? Wrong. We've been conditioned to compartmentalize our lives, to think that spiritual matters belong in one box and our everyday activities in another. But what if we could break down those walls? What if we could see every moment as an opportunity to serve, to uplift, to spread kindness? Let me share a story that Prudence told me that really brings this idea to life. There was a group of ordinary people, a teacher, a bus driver, an office worker, who decided to embrace this mindset. They started small, looking for opportunities to help in their immediate surroundings. The teacher began leaving personalized notes of encouragement on her students' desks each morning. The bus driver made it his mission to learn the names of all his regular passengers and greet them with a genuine smile and a "how are you doing today?" The office worker started a random acts of kindness challenge among her colleagues, encouraging everyone to do one unexpected kind thing for someone else each day. Now, you might be thinking, that's nice and all, but did it really make a difference? Well, hold on to your hats, because the results were nothing short of extraordinary. Not only did these individuals report feeling more fulfilled and purposeful in their daily lives, but they also noticed a ripple effect in their communities. The teacher's students started leaving encouraging notes for each other. The bus driver's passengers began greeting each other and striking up conversations, turning a typically silent commute into a mobile community. The office's random acts of kindness challenge spread to other departments, and eventually the entire company adopted it as part of their corporate culture. But here's the real kicker. It didn't stop there. These small acts of kindness inspired others to do the same, creating a culture of compassion that spread far beyond their initial actions. The school became known for its supportive environment. The bus route became the most requested in the city, and the company saw a significant increase in employee satisfaction and productivity. Now, I can see some of you squirming in your seats thinking, that's all well and good, but I'm just not cut out for that kind of thing. And that, my friends, is the challenge. It requires a shift in perspective. We need to train ourselves to see the sacred in the ordinary, to recognize that every interaction, no matter how mundane, holds the potential for ministry. It's about being present in the moment,
attuned to the needs of those around us, and ready to respond with kindness and compassion. And let me tell you, it's not always easy. There will be days when you're tired, stressed, or just not feeling it. But that's when it matters most. This brings me to our second key insight, the power of small acts. Now, I know what you're thinking, small acts. I thought we were talking about changing the world here. But hear me out, because this is where things get really interesting. We often think that to make a difference, we need to do something big and dramatic. We dream of founding charities, leading movements, or making grand gestures. But Prudence emphasized that it's often the small, seemingly insignificant actions that have the most profound impact. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time someone's small act of kindness brightened your day? Maybe it was a stranger who held the elevator for you when you were running late, or a coworker who remembered your coffee order and surprised you with your favorite latte. Or perhaps it was a friend who called just to check in when you were going through a tough time. These small gestures may seem trivial, but they have the power to change the course of someone's day, week, or even life. And the beauty of it is, we all have the ability to perform these small acts of kindness every single day. Let me share another story that Prudence told me that beautifully illustrates this point. There was a woman who worked as a receptionist in a busy office. Every day, she made it a point to greet each person who walked through the door with a warm smile and a genuine, "How are you?" Now, that doesn't sound like much, does it? But listen to what happened. Over time, she noticed that people started lingering at her desk, sharing their joys and concerns. Some even confided that her daily greeting was the highlight of their day. One colleague told her that her smile had stopped him from quitting his job on a particularly rough day. Another shared that her consistent kindness had inspired him to repair a broken relationship with his estranged brother. This woman wasn't doing anything extraordinary by conventional standards. She wasn't preaching sermons or leading mission trips, but through her consistent acts of kindness, she was ministering to dozens of people every day, creating a ripple effect of positivity that spread throughout the office and beyond. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, that's great for her, but I'm not a naturally outgoing person. I can't do that. But here's the thing. The beauty of small acts is that they're accessible to all of us. We don't need special training or resources to offer a kind word, to listen with empathy, or to lend a helping hand. These are things we can all do every day in every interaction. And when we string these small acts together, they create a tapestry of kindness that can transform our communities. It's like that old saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Well, a culture of kindness and compassion begins with a single act. But I'll be honest with you, it's not always easy. There will be days when you're tired, stressed, or just not feeling it. There will be people who don't respond to your kindness or who might even react negatively. But that's when it's most important to keep going, because you never know when your small act of kindness might be the one that changes someone's life. Now, let's move on to our third and final insight, the importance of embracing humility and service. And let me tell you, this is where things get really challenging, but also incredibly powerful. Prudence reminded me of a story that many of you might be familiar with, the biblical account of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. Now, whether you're religious or not, stick with me, because there's a profound lesson here for all of us. Picture this. A group of men who have been following their teacher, hanging on his every word, believing him to be a great leader, maybe even a king, and then at a dinner, this teacher gets up, takes off his outer garments, wraps a towel around his waist, and starts washing their feet. Now, in that time and culture, washing feet was a task reserved for the lowest of servants. It was dirty, humbling work. And here was their revered teacher, the one they called Lord, kneeling before them, performing this menial task. Can you imagine how shocked they must have been, how uncomfortable? One of them, Peter, even tried to refuse. But Jesus insisted, telling them that he was setting an example for them to follow. This act, performed by the one they called their teacher and Lord, was a profound demonstration of humility and service. It challenged the disciples' understanding of leadership and power, showing them that true greatness lies in serving others. Now, you might be thinking, that's a nice story, but what does it have to do with me? Well, let me ask you this. In our modern context, what does it look like to wash someone's feet? It might mean taking on a task that's beneath your job description to help a struggling coworker. It could mean listening without judgment to someone whose views differ from your own. It might involve sacrificing your time or comfort to meet someone else's need. Prudence shared a powerful example of this principle in action that I think will really drive this point home. She told me about a CEO who made it a practice to spend time each week working alongside the janitorial staff in his company. He would clean bathrooms, empty trash cans, and mop floors. Now, before you start thinking this was some kind of publicity stunt, let me tell you, most employees didn't even know he did this. For him, it wasn't about recognition. It was a way to stay grounded, to honor the work of every person in his organization, and to lead by example in serving others. And the impact, it was profound. Employees at all levels began to treat each other with more respect and kindness. The divide between management and staff began to dissolve. People started looking for ways to serve one another, regardless of their position or title. This CEO's actions transformed the entire culture of the company. And it all started with one person choosing to humble themselves and serve. Now, I can see some of you shifting uncomfortably in your seats. The idea of humbling ourselves and of serving others in ways that might seem beneath us, it's not easy. It goes against everything our culture tells us about success and status. But here's the thing. True leadership, true influence, true ministry, it all starts with service. It starts with being willing to do the things that others won't do. It starts with seeing the dignity and worth in every person, regardless of their status or what they can do for us. As we reflect on these three insights, that ministry is everywhere, that small acts have great power, and that true leadership is found in humble service. I want to challenge each of you to start seeing your daily life through this lens of everyday ministry. Imagine if we all committed to performing one intentional act of kindness each day. Imagine if we approached each interaction as an opportunity to serve, to uplift, to spread love. Imagine if we led by example, embracing humility and service in our homes, workplaces, and communities. The impact would be revolutionary. We would see a shift from a culture of self-interest to one of mutual care and support. We would experience deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. We would find greater purpose and fulfillment in our daily lives. But here's the thing. This vision only becomes reality if we choose to make it so. It starts with each of us in the small moments of our everyday lives. It starts with choosing kindness over indifference, patience over frustration, service over self-interest. So I want to leave you with a challenge. For the next week, commit to performing one intentional act of kindness each day. It doesn't have to be big or dramatic. Hold the door for someone, offer a genuine compliment, listen without interrupting, help a neighbor with a chore, but don't stop there. Pay attention to how these small acts affect both you and those around you. Notice how it changes your perspective, how it opens your eyes to opportunities for ministry that you might have missed before. And then push yourself a little further. Look for opportunities to serve in ways that might make you uncomfortable. Volunteer for that task at work that no one else wants to do. Reach out to that person you've been avoiding. Humble yourself in a way that challenges your ego. As you do this, remember the wisdom Prudence shared. Ministry isn't just for Sundays or for religious professionals. It's for all of us, every day, in every interaction. It's about transforming the ordinary moments of our lives into extraordinary opportunities for love, kindness, and service. You have the power to be a minister in your daily life. You have the ability to spread kindness, to offer hope, to make a difference. And when we all embrace this calling, we create a ripple effect that can truly change the world. So let's go out there and minister. Let's transform our everyday interactions into acts of service and kindness. Let's see the sacred in the ordinary and the extraordinary potential in every moment. Remember, every interaction is an opportunity. Every person is worthy of kindness, and every day is a chance to make a difference. The world doesn't change through grand gestures alone, but through the cumulative effect of countless small acts of love and service. You might not see the impact immediately. You might never know how your small act of kindness changed someone's day or even their life. But trust me, it matters. It all matters. So I challenge you. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Start small, but dream big. Let your life be a testament to the power of everyday ministry. And who knows, maybe one day someone will be standing on a stage like this, sharing a story about how your small act of kindness changed everything. Thank you.